Ow, ow, ow. That must have hurt. Hey, you've been kicked in the nuts.
Hey, little girl, did you want to know a secret?
I got 5 on it. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That Kicked in the Nuts video was dead-ass recorded this year pre-COVID. I was looking for dumb things to insert, and I was like, I'll steal a clip from Kick in the Nuts. And I was like, March of 2020? Okay. So that Kick in the Nuts probably started COVID. But I think that's the best way to get things started. So, hi, everybody. As you know, I'm Remy the Comic Book Poser, and I'm here to welcome you to enter the poserverse. I can finally give a bunch of shit away. And I've got somebody who is here who's going to help me vamp and talk through people after I say hi very quickly to the chat. Hi, Adrian. I'll pay you when I'm done with this stream. I think I figured out why my PayPal is a pain in the ass. Chaos is either at 600 or 599 subs based on what Cole does. But maybe we'll find something to give away. Like I think I have a used napkin that can be our Chaos commemorative giveaway. DJ Lynx is in the house. We got my guy, the World Travel Nerd, over here. Cole wants to know how many hands I'm going to drink. The answer is 1, because I only have 1 left in the fridge, and it will be when we give away the grand prize. Kenneth Bird, I hope you are doing well this evening. I hope you and your family are doing okay. We've got Animali in the house. We've got Lady Iconic. We've got Whack. We've got Tegar, who I still don't understand what time zone he's in, but he is one of the people on the wheel. We've got Ace, who is going to help me figure out some shit to make the debate tournament less terrible. We've got Nicholas Ellis. Thanks for swinging in. Who else? Have I missed anybody else? We got a Two Brothers. We got a Freaky Loki. We got a Bruce and Stephanie. Yes, Idiocracy has started, but I am definitely not the Cleavon that can have sex with that many women, but I am that stupid. Let's see. We got Candyman RIP in the house, who had some fire mystery boxes. Oh, shit. We got Hack in the house. Hack, thanks for swinging by. And we got Geeky Mama Bear, who I think is still actively trying to exit the poserverse, because I've seen some Poser Says Hi things pop up on my alert thing here on the side. So before we start this giveaway of Palooza, I will bring in the man who has held down the fort on my channel a couple of times when we've tried to drunk stream, and my kid has peed the bed, woken up screaming, and he's talked about pinball and a bunch of other things that you will hear him have his one shining moment for. He also has a random video to bring him onto the stream, and sadly, it's nothing to do with pinball.
Hey everybody, I'm the new kid. My name's Brian. I like to skateboard.
I literally was just like, what was funny in the internet when I was younger? And that's some good old, what's his name? Donald Glover when he was in a
Childish Gambino.
College. Yeah.
Oh my God. Was that when he was in Funny or Die?
That was Derek Comedy.
Derek Comedy, yeah.
That's the sketch when he poops his pants.
Yeah.
So I will show you really quick, as you've known, that there's an obscene list of things for me to give away, and I showed Todd that it was this long, that I got a bunch of shit to give away. So we have a bunch of links that I will still let people go comment Poser Says Hi on these links to get entered, because there were like the same 8 to 10 people who are, throughout, who were active in this process. And I, as much as I would like to not spend that much on shipping, I would still like to spread some of the love away or around. So I will drop the first link in the chat, which is ironically enough to Todd of the Comic Burrito. And most of you all, if not all of you in here, are familiar with them as Tegar, who is somewhere halfway around the world, knows that the champ is here, that I could have given you some John Cena, but no, you got Brian who pooped his pants. So ironically enough, the first video that was a false link that you clicked on Bearded Comic Bros logo on the trash can to take you to Comic Burritos page.
To the real
if you go to this link and drop a Poser Says Hi hashtag, you can still enter to get a prize, and I'm going to let Todd talk about the Comic Burrito for those of you who may not be familiar. And I still don't know how to do this like click and drag shit, so I can make you a little bit bigger than me, so people don't see me walk around. So talk about Comic Burrito, and I'm going to grab my first couple of prizes.
All right. Well, one, I want to say congratulations, Poser. Awesome. 500 plus now. We're already past it. We're getting ready for 600 after this. Yeah, so I am 1/3 of the Comic Burrito. Wednesdays and Saturdays, we do live streams. We've been getting back into doing some recording stuff. We tell them how handsome Cole is. I weirdly not, he is extremely handsome. He is our eye candy that pulls people in. The mustache that soothes the world. But yeah, no, so we like to talk stuff. We try to keep it positive. We keep it spoiler free, especially on our Wednesday episodes, because we talk about the comics that came out that day, and that would really suck.
That is true. I saw Tats come in. I saw Comics on the Mind come in. My goal is to be done by the time Comics on the Mind show starts in an hour and 23 minutes. It's the Teacher's Lounge, and I can't remember if it's on he or Gorilla Todd's channel tonight. And I think he can get to 400. That I like Kurt. He's a fellow teacher. I don't know why Todd's still big.
Gorilla Todd. Not this Todd, Gorilla Todd.
Yeah.
You know?
So the first thing that I'm giving away, if you go to that link and drop a hashtag Poser Says Hi, the first prize of the night is something that I got in a loot crate, and I don't really know a lot about Westworld, but this is a like 3-dimensional kind of rendering of some kind of moment between Dolores and Arnold. It's something that was created only for Loot Crate, and I love how it says Super Emo Friends on there, because I feel like that's my brand, and Cole, of course, has it. So it will be very apt to give that away.
Cole.
Let's see. Hi, Pops and Son. Hi, Ian. Hi, Back to Reality Comics. And Comics on the Mind says it's on Gorilla Chod's channel tonight. So on that, you get this nice Loot Crate artist series thing that is an adult collectible and also not a toy. And like I said, throughout the night, you don't have to be here to win. My goal will be to let people win no more than 3 of the smaller prizes from the channel links. And then when we get to the wheel of people who exited the Poserverse, you are only eligible for 1 prize from the wheel. So I'll give you 30 seconds to go to that most impactful comics part 1 video, and Todd can teach me about Westworld, because apparently it's more than the dope 80s movie now.
It is way more than the dope 80s movie. I just got season 1 on 4K. On the 4K. It's amazing. It's a nice little tin box thing. It's season 1. I'm not a huge fan of season 2. I'm excited for season 3 because hopefully it'll be good. But this alone, if this would have been one of those shows, I wish that it could have fireflied. So it could have just been this amazing 1 season. We'd all would have been like, I wish there was more. But it's amazing. It's one of my favorite seasons of television ever.
That makes sense. Chaos, I said I think I have a used like napkin somewhere down here that will be your prize. So I'm gonna share my screen for this Westworld item. Where's that? The YouTube random comment picker. So here we are. I've got the link. I've got a Poser Says Hi. I'm gonna filter duplicate users. All right, we've got 25 people, so that's pretty good. And here's
Thanks,
what
everybody.
I will say. For those of you who win anything, I'm going to keep my list here, and you'll have 10 days from tonight if you win anything to get with me on Instagram to get me shipping information. Remember, if you are one of my international viewers, I will cover up to $15 of shipping to wherever on God's green earth that you live because I'm poor. So I'll click it one last time. We're at 26. And the winner of the Westworld Adult Collectible is One Stop Books. Nice.
Congratulations.
All right, I'm going to write that down. I'm unshare it. The next link that I will drop is for Bearded Comic Bros channel. This was the link that if you clicked on Comic Burritos thing, it sent you to his channel, and people were like, you screwed up. And I was like, no, I did that on purpose. Because of the lovely relationship that they have whenever they're in the same room and have mod capabilities. They'll only promote their own channel, or like we all love to talk shit on one another on the Comic Burrito Discord, which Cole, can you drop the link to that you can just start spamming your Discord to get more people in on this wild and crazy thing?
It is because we're all handsome, Cole, Comic Burrito, because all four of us, Burrito might as well be one of us.
Yes.
Bearded may as well be one of us.
What I am giving away for the person who clicks on Greg's link, you might have seen me unbox this today. This is the second White Ash Volume 1 hardcover that I have picked up. I got both copies from David Lyons at the Driving Creators Network, and this is the hardcover version that was released when they kickstarted White Ash. So you get pre-White Ash, and I guess this is apt to give away from Bearded's channel because White Ash is hands down one of his favorite comics, if not his favorite comic, from an independent publisher.
That's what I was just about to say. This is perfect.
And I was going to say, on that topic, you and I read a ridiculous amount of things. So if you had to pick your favorite comic ever from an independent publisher, what would you pick and why?
I hate you so much. Ever? Not just currently running either?
In the last 3 years, fine. I don't know.
Okay. What's the future? Die. Philadelphia. Something is killing the children. Oh shit.
That's what sexy time with his wife sounds like.
Yes, it's not pleasant, and I feel bad for her.
A lot of guttural noises,
sorry.
profanity,
Oh fuck.
and indie comics.
Yep.
No, those,
yes, I scream out something is killing the children.
Oh, it's going to be long if we're already at this level of dumb for the night. Christina, thanks for swinging in.
Thanks for coming through.
We got Evan. We've got Bearded himself in here. We'll see if don't forget your shit.
Yeah. It's important.
Oh man, this is going to be a fucking the longest. I want this to be short stream ever. So I think the one thing that most of those books had in common, with the exception of Philadelphia, they all came out this week.
Yeah, they did. That's literally why they were in my head. I was just like, what amazingness did I read this week?
I know you hadn't read Die last night when you all did This Week in Comics.
I read it today.
What did you think? Because I also finished it too.
Oh, I thought it was solid. It's not like my all-time favorite Die issue or anything like that, but it was a good issue. It's kind of hard to choose a favorite. Something's killing children is a safe word. That's why I say it a lot. Oh, Sleepy Cole. But no, I really enjoyed it. That issue is always something I look forward to the next day. It's always a Thursday read, and I adore that book.
I'm going to give y'all about another 30 seconds to drop a Poser Says Hi.
What did you think? Did you like it?
I did. I share the same kind of grumblings that a couple of people have about Die, that it's something that you need to binge read. That just I read the first 2 volumes in trade over COVID, that's how I got introduced to it. What I can't figure out is if I think that's the definitive end of the arc or if there's one more book and then we get the trade break, because I think you could see either happening.
Yep.
From that episode or this issue.
Yeah, sure.
But the art in Die just keeps getting crazier and crazier. And if y'all didn't read it this week, where's my copy at? Is it here under my pile of X?
Pile of X. Is that the next Marvel run? It's Pile of X?
That's the next event.
Yeah.
Pile of X. Where the hell is it? I'll find it. So y'all don't have to watch me leaning over looking for a copy of a role-playing comic. Ace says there's going to be 20 issues total. So that makes sense if this was 15 for this to be the trade break. And then get to the next one. I'm
not going to be ready for this to be done. I'm going to have a hard time with it.
Yeah. But it's been a fun read, and I mean, I know that it relates with you a little bit more than me because you do a lot more like tabletop RPG stuff. But as I've started to like play House of Crap,
as
I start to play it, like I can see some of the significance. All right. So our individual who is winning the copy of White Ash that I put all of my comics from this week on top of and looking for Die to show off some of the art is, we have 17 unique commenters. Winning it is Iconic Odd.
Hey. Congrats.
Congratulations.
If you don't have that, you are in for a treat.
Well, I've gotten to know them a little bit more because I back them on Patreon, and they've started sending some interesting and odd things my way, thus the name of their channel. But if you don't watch Iconic Odd's content, they are hilarious together. It's a husband, wife, and dog team, and just their level of like sound editing, like if you imagine Mo pushing all of those buttons during some of his debates on the soundboard, they do that in a very much higher tech way, and it's always very funny. And they keep dropping new intros that I'm a big fan of.
Cool. That's
all right. We'll see if I can ask you another question that will throw you off and make you grumpy.
I hate you so much. I'm still thinking about it. I can't stop thinking about that question.
The next item that I've got is for people who go drop a Poser Says Hi over on Zoe and Pop's channel tag. It is let's see, how did I do that? I drug me this way over here so I could make me just a little bit bigger than you. I still don't understand how StreamYard works.
You drug you though.
Boom. So instead of making me full screen, this is volume 1 of Mark Waid's run on Daredevil, and it's really, really good. It's issues 1 through 6. It's Here Comes Daredevil. That I picked this up over the COVID distribution break, and I pulled another one out of, I think it was a mainstream comics box, and I was like, I like this. I will share it with the world. That Daredevil, as much as I talk about my love of Namor, Daredevil might be my favorite Marvel character.
Ooh.
That watching him kind of evolve, like, he seems to be the only Marvel character to me that never wants to waver from some of his ethical maxims. And I think Chip Zdarsky's run is just looking at Daredevil on a whole new level, playing with his Catholicism, playing with his regret because he killed somebody accidentally, like going through this weird like redefinition of himself. And I've liked kind of dipping back to previous, iterations of Daredevil. And I just think he's the most intriguing to me. Yeah, Sam, you can tell Namor I said that. I am hella excited that we're getting Namor sightings in Atlantis Attacks, which is a pretty good new Agents of Atlas story. And I think we get 3 tie-ins to King in Black, which is cool.
That's neat. Also, Animali with the strong take. Woo! I agree.
I would say it's best
right
from
up
a big
there.
2.
For the
I
big
would
two,
say
sure.
best in terms of something that's over like 10-ish, like 10, 12 issues. I would put it up there, but I don't disagree with you, but I would have to come up with a very persuasive argument about why some of the indie things
That's the problem.
that I
In
like.
Big Two, I never put Marvel and DC against indies because it's not fair. It's the best Big Two, I think, is an easy argument.
Yeah.
Against some indie stuff, that's still all of a sudden that's the league that it's in the Big Two is some of this indie quality. So it makes it a whole different thing.
Kurt, this is a good good arc to drop in on.
That's
yes.
a good point.
Here's why. Immortal Hulk slowed down for a good like 10 to 12 issues, and like who's writing? Ewing is writing that, right? Like Al Ewing almost Nick Spencered the Immortal Hulk, and it's gotten better, but I think it's just been the most consistently like good. Yes, you will like Terminal Punks. It is really good. And if there is anything that I think of when I see the two of you work together on your videos, I think Terminal Punks and Hollywood Trash are the style of chaotic comic books that y'all would like. Let's see. Who else did I see hop in? Spectre. Thanks for swinging in. Spectre, you should go back and look at Spectre's channel. 2 weeks ago, he survived Extra Life at the waning hours of the day. He was falling asleep in the final game, like literally every person who's raised money for Extra Life. But that was an awesome fundraiser. Eric, how's it going? Thank you for swinging in. Hillbilly is really, really good. All right, so who is your go-to character from a Big Two?
Are you asking me that?
Yes, because we're talking like I don't know the answer, but I do. The audience might not.
No, I know. You said you were going to try to stump me again, and I was just like, this is like the easiest one. I'm a really big Green Lantern fan. I really love Green Lantern. The lore is it Batman? It's not. In terms of Big Two, Green Lantern, the whole willpower thing behind it, I love the lore. It has gotten me through some bad times in the past. I have a very soft spot in my heart for Green Lantern. It'll always be special to me. Guy Gardner is trash garbage, though.
I was going to say, now you're just going to be trolled by the people who know you. That's a good one.
I love Ryan Reynolds. I adore that man. He is one of the best people on the planet. Fuck that movie.
Here's a good question from Kurt, because I've almost picked this up once or twice.
It's so good. It's so good. I can't believe we have it. I know Daredevil's up there with Big Two. I also think two of the best comics right now going into Big Two are two Green Lantern books. Green Lantern, like season 2 going on right now, Williamson. Amazing, batshit crazy. If iconic odd, if you like weird stuff, Williamson's run on Green Lantern right now is amazing. And then Far Sector is incredible. Oh my goodness.
All right. I'm going to pull this up and then I'll see what I can think of for the next one. Although Ryan Reynolds is a good segue into this. So right now on Zoe and Noodles, Zoe and Pops, we are at 18 unique commenters. So the winner of the Daredevil trade is Anamali Comics.
Hey,
Anamali approves.
congrats on Amali. I haven't had anything to drink. It's being called out if we're sober.
Oh, I just had my first beer. I'm, used to talking to my computer all day and getting no feedback from people, because that's what it's like to teach during this era, to a bunch of blank Zoom screens. So at least I can talk to somebody else right now. And there are people in the chat. All right. I've said I would give away some Funko Pops and some figurines and some other items. So I gave away that West Wing thing. You all have learned that I am a sucker for people who also use their children in their videos. So this is the link to, that's not the best segue to set that up. This is the link to What Did Dada Buy Today, which is a mother-daughter team that I like them. I think the daughter's like 2 years old, and she is cute as hell, and she knows how to manipulate everybody, probably just like my daughter does with me. So thank you for everybody who's popping in and saying hi. So giving away our first Funko of the night. This is the shared sticker, I think you Funko Pop people call it. I don't know the official name. But it was one of the Spring Con editions of Wade Wilson as Weapon 11. That this was one of the exclusives. It was the Walgreens exclusive. It was the only one that I was able to find from the San Diego Comic-Con drops that I wanted. And I picked up a couple for this instant. And Ian says he needs this pop. So Ian, give yourself a rubbing of the hands. And that is the shared sticker. And there's our Ryan Reynolds.
We were just talking about Ryan Reynolds. Yeah.
that was good irony. So why, as someone who casually read and was casually aware of Green Lantern when the film came out, tell me now why that movie is so bad.
Green Lantern has decades upon decades of material, and the fact that you can't pull anything from it and stick true to any of it, and then just the stuff that you do choose, you don't pull it together in a good way. It just wasn't a good film. It's not like I would have been more than okay with an original Green Lantern take. That'd be fine. But you then have to do it well. It needs to be well acted. It needs to be well executed. It needs to be like a good film. It was an original shit pile.
I like this. Green Lantern was bad because of all of it.
Yeah, it wasn't a good movie. You could have slapped it. Didn't just because it was Green Lantern didn't make it bad. It was bad because it was bad. But I love Ryan Reynolds, and it sucks because there is an alternate universe out there that has Ryan Reynolds in like a really good Green Lantern movie, and I'm super jealous because I want that so bad.
So I'm assuming you've seen Deadpool 2. Mm-hmm. How loudly did you scream when Deadpool murked Ryan Reynolds for the script?
I was so happy. I'm like, that's amazing. That's so good. Because the first one had the don't make it CGI and don't make it green. The first one, so each one has a fuck Green Lantern bit in it, and I love it.
Ace has a very good point here that now that we've seen what comic book movies are or could be, comparing Green Lantern, especially to the MCU, like I hated the Incredible Hulk movie so much that I would almost say that the Incredible Hulk movie is better than what happened in Green Lantern. And then, good take from Iconic Odd, just treat it like a B horror film.
Sure.
Spoonful of sugar.
Yeah, it's just, I've been drunk trying to watch it. I've been high trying to watch it. I have done a lot of things to try to enjoy that movie.
And you just couldn't do it?
Didn't work.
What are your thoughts on the the HBO Max series that's coming out?
Yes, because oh my god, Alan Scott is going to be in it, and I am so excited. That's
like the OG Green Lantern.
OG
right?
Lantern, yeah. That's like weird magic Green Lantern based, like closer akin to Swamp Thing than the current Green Lanterns in terms of how his powers, where they come from, and all of that. I'm so excited. I can't believe it. When I saw Alan Scott, I was like, bullshit. And then all the reports said it. I'm like, oh, dang. Yeah.
All right. The winner of the Wade Wilson shared sticker Weapon 11 pop is Whack.
Yay! Nice. Congrats, Whack.
And I have to make sure I already have a pile of things that I'm sending to Australia. And you want to talk about a serious giveaway. If you have not seen what the Two Brothers Bro Box looks like, it looks like a surplus military crate that easily weighs like 20 pounds. Like, I picked it up and I was like, what the fuck is this? And I took it out of the box and I was like, oh, that's a bro box? Like, you could kill someone by hitting them on the head with it.
Dang.
Alan
Scott better be gay, or they're stupid. They will get so much shit if they don't. That will go terribly wrong. And why would you take that away? Why would you retcon that? That'd be really bad.
All right. The next channel to drop a Poser Says Hi on was an original link. Like, these were, if you attempted to escape the Poserverse, these were all the non-clue links you could click on. So this is a link to Jay Blazen's channel. I believe this is the first person I ever saw unbox a fig pin, which, seeing what they are, like the person that I had for the Christmas collectibles swap box wanted some fig pins. So that's the first time I really got to look at them, and they're massive fucking figure pins that look really, really cool. So the winner of what you will pull from Jay Blazen's, I don't have a fig pin, sorry. But what I do have for you is a complete set of the 3 Jokers, 1 through 3. And they are all, that's the A cover. But 1 and 2 are variant covers. That I liked this series. I thought the end of 3 Jokers was kind of, but that's also coming from someone who, like, I think the conversation that I had either with you all or with Two Brothers was that this is objectively a good story if you don't know a fucking thing about Batman. And I think that's where I came from, is that not knowing all of the business with all things Batman, like, I was okay with how it played out. But I know you were on the camp of they kind of blew an opportunity, right?
Well, I just see it as they way overhyped. That was an over promise and an under deliver situation, where if this would have just snuck in and not been the centerfold of like a lot of DC comics, like they made way too big of a deal for the story we got. It was a solid story and I didn't have a problem with it. I think the ending could have been done a little better, and I actually don't like how they laid out the ending. I think it could have been more interesting, but it didn't grab me. And it was a good book. Yeah, the art was good, and I liked it. I just didn't like it. They set it up like it was going to be like a cornerstone book. Like, this is going to be a big deal, and I'm like, this could come and go. And
I think too, it might be one of the books that was the most affected by COVID, only because we got a lot of Joker blasted through us by a fire hose at once. And I think if you look at the original release schedule of when Joker wore and when 3 Jokers were to come out, I think not having so much Joker at one time might have made it a little bit better.
That's true.
Tagar 2 of them are from Boxed Heroes. I went nuts and bought a bunch of different A covers on the first one, but I have extras from my LCS and Boxed Heroes, so yes. All right. We'll refresh this puppy one more time. We're at 24 people who have commented, so I'll give you a few more seconds to make a note on this Jay Blazin video. And again, the winner is getting the sweet Red Hood cover, the sweet Joker Behind Bars cover, and then the like almost kind of Killing Joke homage A cover, which that was my favorite thing about book 3, that I knew enough Batman to get nods to like seeing Barbara Gordon fight the Killing Joke Joker and kind of throwbacks to that art. So some of that stuff was kind of cool, but again, I can see your argument about overhype, underdeliver.
Yeah, no, it was still a good book. Like, hey,
what did Dada buy today? So
congrats.
I think that's our first shout out channel that got shouted out that has also won something. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
All right. The next thing
we all
is
need more Riddler. That's true. Bearded, I'm so in your camp. We all need more Riddler. That was one of my that hurt when they in the build up to Joker War, the little bit that they gave Riddler. I was like, please, I want this. I need this more, and it was like half an issue, and I'm like, damn it.
Oh, that crossword, if it would have played out over time,
that was a whole arc.
So dope. Yeah.
That was an arc that they just blew for half an issue. I'm like, no, that's such a cool idea. Yeah. No.
But part of it was also cool where, like, didn't the Riddler have a bigger role to play in parts of City of Bane? Which I guess it makes sense that if he has a bigger role there, that Bruce is just kind of like, fuck this and fuck your shit. Like, bing, 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 done.
Yeah, no. It was funny how he handled it. It was like a good part. I was just like, I want like 5 issues of this. Also, yeah. I am overhyped and underdelivered. I could be the Todd. There's no word.
The next link that was up is to our buddy Andrew Flash Ray Videos from the great state of California. He does Funko Pop stuff. He does comic stuff. He does a lot of time-lapsed Lego building videos and is really interested in Hot Wheels, which I've loved coming across people that like I just started watching comic people stuff, and now I love looking at everybody else who, you know, the other fandoms and things that we get into. But the winner from this will get any physical Ashcan Comics pub books that I have duplicates of, but you will also win a 3-month membership to their website. And this is the publisher from Missouri that's like, I think, an hour and a half away from me. This is where I met Jay Sandlin. This is how I met Stoney Williams, let alone Nate Lindley, who is a school teacher who teaches art and runs the business. They put out a bunch of small Ashcan style stories, and this will be one of those things that kind of has a forever place in my heart, because this was the first publisher that gave me some access to kind of interview them, and it was my like hometown comic book thing that we don't get a lot of in the Midwest. So who is that equivalent for you? Like the special place in your heart, like first big interview, like local hookup, where would that be for you?
Oh, for like indie, I mean, I love our first like interviews and stuff like that. That was really fun for me. But like the indie place that will always have a like soft spot for me will be Source Point Press, because I met them while I was doing the convention scene, and they were like just kind of starting out, and it was just this natural back and forth that we had. Every con that we went to, they'd be at. I became really good friends with them. especially at the time. Obviously, I'm not doing the convention scene, so it's different now. But I will always love them. They do really weird horror stuff, which is right up my alley. And then they just do really weird stuff outside of that too. They are Travis McIntyre, the editor and the runner of SourcePoint Press, is one of the most fearless people in comics. He will take on IPs that I don't think anybody else would touch. And then they kill it.
And what Iconic Odd made the B horror film nod earlier. I love that is an element of some of the stuff that SourcePoint Press puts out, like Rotten Tail, the Evil Santa Claus one. Yeah, and then they put out other good, like, legitimate fantasy, adventure, and horror, but then they're the only people who will legitimately lean into that, like, we all like Roger Corwin movies, right? Here are some, here are those kinds of books that you can get into. I also started really falling in love with SourcePoint Press stuff, not just hooking up with, the burrito guys and getting to know them, but they were the only comic book publisher that was helping fill the physical void from Free Comic Book Day. That they had Free Comic Book Week that you could get a couple of books from their website, and then they ran a sale on other things that you bought. Ace wants you to talk about Nora, because I read, I think, only the first 3 issues.
Yeah, so, Nora is so interesting. Casey Pierce is the author, and Sean Seal does the art. It's it's like teetering on hyper realistic, but definitely still like illustrated art. I don't want to. The Nora is about a person who can enter someone's subconscious, and she helps people who are dealing with trauma or needing help moving on or things like that. But then she also has like a out of subconscious storyline going as well. It's really interesting. There's a lot going on. They're in volume 2 right now, which is very good. Casey Pierce is one of my favorite people. She's amazing. She's super fun, super high energy. I bought 2 issues of Nora from her because she's maybe one of the best salespeople you'll ever meet, and you'll be more than okay with it because you have such a good time. She's awesome and well worth a read and a pickup, especially for $14.99. And that's list. You can get sales at SourcePoint stuff all the time.
And Ace, you should also check out Touching Evil. Because Touching Evil is about a woman who gets some kind of power, and when she touches people, she can fucking kill them. And that's not really a big spoiler because that's the Ice Cream Man theme of that series. Like, what kind of bad person is she gonna run into? And it's really good. Sam wants to know, was Rotten Tail filmed in Michigan?
I don't actually know.
Oh,
that's a really good question.
Peanut Butter came in. Peanut Butter, I think I'm about to whoop that ass in fantasy football this week, but all hail the leader of the PB squad.
Naturally.
All right. Here we go. So this is for the people who commented on Flash Ray's video. It's been so long ago, I don't remember what it was. But the winner is getting 3 months of access to Ashcan Comics Pub, and the winner is Bob World.
Bob World! Congrats. Oh, and there he is.
Nice.
Bob World. Hi, guys, he just said. That's amazing.
Awesome. And I'm loving that there are a lot of people in the chat that, for me going like, you don't have to be here to win. I love that you all are in here chatting. If there's any random shit that you want Todd and I to talk about, Todd will get fired up about.
Hell yeah.
Whatever. So the next item, and let me go copy the link really fast. This is another mother-child channel. And if I understand from looking at one of her more recent videos, I think her son is getting his own channel to do some unboxing things as well. It is another Canadian, and it's the link to Druid Aurora. She does a lot of Funko and toy unboxing things. She is also a Canadian that has access to Toys R Us, which I never knew, A, I would miss Toys R Us, or B, that I would hate Canadians for a reason of missing a toy store. But all of the things that she finds in the Toys R Us, that she's there all the time. He is cute as hell when he helps unbox things that, like, the Grinch's heart grows by 8 sizes in seeing those videos. But the giveaway for dropping a Poser Says Hi on Druid Aurora's channel is another Loot Crate exclusive figure. It's a Spider-Man Web Slinger Q-Fig. So you can kind of get the picture of it from there. And if I can angle it away from my ring light, for those of you who keep things in box, you can see that he's dangling from a stand. And then there's also like a little New York background in the back of the box. So this is kind of cool. Yeah. Cole and I got Loot Crates at the same time. If that same time is before they went bankrupt. Like, speaking of Loot Crate, so I canceled my Loot Crate subscription a while ago, and ironically, it was before I started doing YouTube stuff and needed things to unbox. But I also subscribed to the Wrestling Crate, and they got so far behind on their production that, like, I canceled this almost a year ago, and they're like, "We've got 2 more coming your way. Here's one that you paid for." I was like, "Cool."
Okay. Amazing.
So, yeah. While we give away our...
That's such a cool fig. I love that. That's awesome.
When you're not afraid of dying of the COVID, you can go over to Cole's house and steal it from his basement.
Perfect.
Yeah, you can see that he's hanging from a...
I'll just go with my hazmat
pole there at the top.
That's cool.
So, I know that you, like me, have some little toys and kitschy things behind you. Do you have a favorite toy, statue, collectible thing?
I do.
See, I like how I can ask you all of those little questions that make you beam, where it's like, I don't get to talk about my toys. Hold on, let me swap us and bigotize you so you can talk about your little Batman.
This may be one of my oldest action figures I have from way back in the day. I lost a lot of my like geeky things from transitioning from like childhood to teenage life to adult life. This is one of the few that stuck around, and I love it. I remember being young enough that I didn't understand how his head fit into here because it's empty up top. It's because his head goes like this and it just squishes down.
Nice.
But that also just makes me love it more because it's Bruce Wayne turtling. He's scared. Bane's coming.
Here's mine. So this is one of those bendable Punisher figurines that I had when I was like, this is mine from when I was a kid. Like, I found it in my box of shit that my parents, when I got my house, was like, "You take this shit now."
Yeah.
When I went to the only con that I've been to, and it was just like a local comic showcase, they had two Magnetos, 2 Cyclopses, and 1 Colossus. And Toby was with me, so we each have a set of these. Oh. And then he got a Wolverine. And Wolverine, if Daredevil is not my number 1 guy, then Wolverine is a close, prominent second. Toby had one. And in my most recent box of things that I got from Iconic Odd, there was a Wolverine in there. And if you watch that video, like the reaction I had to pulling that Venom from my Adrian APM box was almost the same reaction I had when I pulled that Wolverine out, where I was like, I have my own one of these that I don't have to steal from my son.
Oh, that's I love it. That's amazing. Speaking of stealing from your son, I stole this from my daughter's set of superheroes.
Yep, the little people.
Which I do love. And every once in a while she'll come in here and like, because I have too many toys where she doesn't really see it all because she's still too young.
Yeah.
But every once in a while she'll be like, that's mine. And I have to bribe her and make her go away so she doesn't take it back.
The good thing is that those little superhero little people go on sale at my Target all the time, like they're randomly in clearance. So if I need to pick up another one for you,
oh yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I saw Matthew's comment about wrestling stuff. The next time I get back into my classroom, which is tomorrow, I'm looking for 2 things that got moved around when they shifted stuff around in my classroom to do the first COVID deep clean. Oh, Daffy Duck Batman.
Darkwing Duck.
Oh, is that Darkwing Duck?
Well, because that's what he was called. Darkwing Duck.
Oh, yep, there you go. But there was also like the Darkwing Duck like TV show, which was different than Daffy. It was a different.
Yeah, it's the same character, right? Technically, I mean, not technically, but it was.
I don't know. But Matthew, I have some fun things coming your way, and then Ian, I might have some things that if I figure out from other people if Matthew has them or not. I also love all of the wrestling stuff that you do. That I might send some extras your way. All right, so the winner of
Dark Side
Dope Q-Fig, we are at 27 commenters. Lady Iconic.
Yay! Congratulations! That's amazing. Oh,
All right.
so cool. Darkwing. I know Darkwing Duck is too.
See?
I'm gonna get so much. You can't do this on the internet.
Yeah.
Oh man, we lost all of our subscribers. I'm sorry, Cole.
Yeah. Everybody go cancel your subscriptions to Comic Burrito because Bat Daffy and Darkwing Duck is the hottest wrong take of 2020.
I want to debate. I'll take that in the next debate cycle.
Speaking of the next debate cycle, my goal is to announce on December 1st the participants and the schedule for season 2. And Todd, the Burritos have decided to defend the throne in a later season. That they want a contest of champions, so we'll let that happen. And that's their first Q-Fig. But Todd, who we all know was very, very excited, is helping me come up with some things, as is Cole, as is Ace, that we're kind of bouncing some things around. Taylor, send me that message on Instagram and I'll share with you what we did. And Lee is unsubbing.
Okay, well, it was nice. It was nice knowing you, Whack. Good times, man.
All right, I guess before I show the item, this is another item that I unboxed today, but I also have a copy of it already. So I'm glad that I A, get to keep something, and then B, pay something forward from a giveaway. I'll just leave that right there.
The funny is that he tried to do that on our Discord, and then I made him feel bad about why I'm not doing it. I won't do that here.
There you go. So for every bust, you got an Iconic God.
Balance.
Ace, I'm okay with that. So this link is to Kurt, Comics on the Mind, who was here earlier. You see Kurt on Wednesday nights on Not Near Mint's channel. You see him on Thursday nights, alternating between he and Gorilla Todd Comics' channel. They do the Teacher's Lounge, where they talk about all kinds of stuff. We've got a good connection from that teacher love, and Kurt is a contestant on season 2 of Comic Book This or That.
Layers, man.
So, yeah, that was a lot of information. The second item that is coming from today's unboxing is Death Sentence Volume 1. It's from Titan Comics. and it is signed. Ooh, I thought I saw it was signed earlier.
By Comic Book Poser.
Yeah, if not, I'll sign it. Oh no, it was Moon Girl that was signed. But this is a book about three people who get infected with a virus called the G+ virus, and it makes them superheroes for 6 months, and then they die. So it's people kind of grappling with what do they do with that kind of power and that kind of time. How do they change what they do or change their life? And it's a really good read. And then I got the second and third arc in my box from David today from Driving Creators Network. So I'm excited to check those out. And the offer I made in the video was whoever wins this, once you read it, if you want to read arc 2 and 3, then I will share those with you, but you got to send them back. Unless I don't like it, and then you can keep them. But I really liked this a lot. So the link there, like I said, is to Kurt, good old Comics on the Mind. So what do I want our next topic to be? Superhero riff comics. So this is something that takes the battered and beaten superhero narrative down a different path, right? That they have superpowers, but it's you're gonna die is the consequence. So what do you think about? Do you have a favorite book in this kind of genre of hero story?
So there's this, man, I even tried to find it before and I couldn't find it, but there was this comic called Next Men, which was a lot like X. What?
John Byrne's Next Men, right?
Yes, thank you. I'm sure I could find it now, but it was something like back when I started reading indies and stuff like that. I borrowed it from a friend. I couldn't find it forever, and I keep meaning to go back and get it. But I remember things like he could light on fire, but then he would be burned. Or the guy was really fast, but his ligaments couldn't actually keep up with that, so he would like fall apart. And it was all like if the normal human body got these powers and stuff. Love that. And that concept has been, I do tailspin. I mean, am I heel now? Am I gonna have to turn heel? Do I need to do this?
Oh yeah. Apparently I'm we trade roles when we're on each other's channel.
Oh, okay.
And drunk boss all of you around. And then usually you're the source of levity that people love, but you shit on the wrong Darkwing Duck, my friend.
I didn't even shit on it. It's one of my favorite toys, and I had it since I was a kid. Tailspin, yeah. Ew, who likes Tailspin? Oh, I feel so bad. But yeah, no, so Next Men would be up there.
That's a good one.
How about you? What's your... I'm having a hard time processing what else is in that specific genre. I'm sure there's lots. But
so there's an Ashcan Comics pub book called Oath that's about to come out in trade. That's a good question.
I love that.
That is about a man who gets stabbed. So there's like a Batman moment where in an alleyway something unfortunate happens. He tries to hero up, and his either fiance or wife you find out she's a mythical being that can basically save him, but now he is Oath, the hero of the Miram galaxies, and he has to save the world. So it's this kind of unexpected hero with unknown power. I would also put Black in this column, or from Black Mask, the same kind of way different riff on superheroes. And
that's a good call.
If you have not read Black, it puts the racial justice conversation in our kind of nerdy context where it's like, hey, what if we hunted black people because they were superheroes? Black is good. Black AF is real good. Black AF has been optioned for a TV show, but I don't know if Black has. But those are two amazing, like, I like this kind of superhero story, but not the kind of capes and tights that we're used to. Oh man, we had a dump of people show up to my favorite California family, the Toy Box Treasure Hunters. Let's see, Roo Crew's been in and out, but that's another family channel that I like. Careful, to shame.
Oh man. By the end of this is going to be a really long string of things.
Yeah, Clayton, if you don't win anything tonight, you are now.
Somebody's killing the Darkwing Duck. Oh boy.
All right, I'm putting this note up here on my TV screen next to me. Clayton, if you don't win anything, you're going to message me on Instagram because you won something for that fucking comment, because that was hilarious.
I'll send him a Tailspin comic.
All right.
Because I don't need him anymore.
It's bad.
Yeah.
We've got 25 commenters on, I don't even remember whose video this is anymore, on Kurt's video, Comics on the Mind.
Yeah.
So we've got going, this is Joey Bag of Sevens.
Hey, congrats. You and Todd's childhood Darkwing Duck toy. And so many tears then, too.
Yeah, there are Tailspin comics. There are a lot of good old Disney comics, and that would be something that, here's where you would love Toy Box Treasure Hunters. We've been talking on Instagram, and they just got a Zep box that had some comics in it, and their youngest is turning into someone like you or me who likes the dumb, random, odd character. If you were to ask someone who got an obscure DC comic who their favorite...
I'll be back.
Oh, okay, fine. You're leaving. For the point, he's leaving me. I'll wait until he gets back. But a kid loves Checkmate, which that's like me going, I like Warlock and Namor, but way more obscure. So that's awesome. So I'm adding this to my list. So Joey Bag of Sevens is the winner of Death Sentence. And shit, Greg, if you want to come on, I'll drop the link on Discord. I'll DM it to you there, and you can come chat with us or make fun of Todd. But before I do that, I will drop one more link in the chat before I have to pick up my next round of prizes to show off. The link to this, or the next link that you could have dropped or can still drop a Poser Says Hi on, is Professor Josh, who does all kinds of Funko and Funko related items. That he does box battles. This guy has luck with all kinds of grails from Smile World boxes and that kind of stuff. That I really like what he does. And again, we're the teacher connection. We get, he's an actual professor. I'm an actual teacher. Oh, fucking arm fall off boy is a good one. So going back and dropping on that gets you a Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters. This is like one of those moleskin notebook kind of things. And a Wolverine pencil with a Wolverine eraser. But I like the stuff that Professor Josh has going on. And one of the things that I'll mention, because I don't really think I ever talked about why I picked the channels that I did when I was doing this. But I tended to focus on other channels who were around under, 300 to 500 subs at the time. People who were in the same area as me, but it was the same kind of people who were putting out, video after video after video, kind of this, we all started putting out content in the same kind of general area. And it's the grind is real that there are a lot of channels in here that I love and respect, but y'all got way more subs than me. So I'm giving my wave of people, or my generation of folks, a bump as well. I don't know why I need to say that, but I just did. And that's because my IPA is getting me wild. But the person who wins from that Professor Josh link as I try and figure out where the hell Discord is on my computer. We'll get that combo of X-Men things or Wolverine and X-Men things. That's what I'm trying to do, Greg, but it's not letting me pull it up, that it's getting mad at me. There. We'll see if Greg hops on. He was one of 3 people that showed up on I was drunk and had 100 subscribers the night that my main level flooded or back flooded because my channel popped up or my toilet backed up. I'm running out of fucking words right now. The weekly grind group. I like that. Do I know any good comic book discords? No. Good? No. The Comic Burrito has a Discord and it's a dumpster fire, but it is the greatest dumpster fire in the world. We're talking about your Discord.
Oh, I heard dumpster fire, so I know.
Cole said, good Discords, and I was like, good? No. Do I know a comic Discord? Yes.
Yes.
All right. So the winner of the Professor Josh is getting the X-Men and the Xavier School Muleskin notebook. Say something that make the people mad while I walk over and pick up my next wave of prizes. Talk about pinball.
I've done so much damage already. Indie comics are overrated and support digital. I think that's the worst thing I can say. No, support local, and indie comics are the best. I've never been in a time in my life where I've been more tempted to just drop my big 2 titles because I don't know how necessary they are for me to. I don't know how much I would miss them. I'm every time we do, like, I see Nat's pull list and stuff like that, I'm like kind of jealous because I'm reading that, but then I'm reading all this other stuff too, and I'm like, I wonder if I would enjoy it more if I just stopped. Like, keep Green Lantern.
I was waving at Dead Skeleton.
I assume.
If y'all want a fucking acid trip, watch Dead Skeleton Show's channel. Whenever I am in a lull, I need a laugh, I need anything, Dead Skeleton cracks me up in like an old school, like dirty puppets, like vaudeville kind of way. Dead Skeleton is so funny. I feel the same way that like my Marvel pull list is clearing out, that I'll still pull X-Men because that's my Green Lantern of like nostalgic, always been there for me title. I'm pulling King in Black when it comes out only because it's got crossovers that I like.
Yeah.
But like the other Marvel titles that have come out recently that I've picked up and gotten into are the weird ones like Ultraman. Like Ultraman would be better if it were a Dark Horse or an IDW comic, but it's still, not superhero-y.
Yeah. Taskmaster was really good.
Yeah.
I really liked Taskmaster.
Chaos got real mad at me for liking Taskmaster more than last week's pile of X, but
but I am waiting to read most of my X stuff because I'm behind now, and I'm like, that's a lot to read.
There was a fucking dance battle this week. Like, I was liking the Ten of Swords event up until now and saw that and was like, huh.
That's tempting now.
Yeah. Animali, I'm jealous of your two books on your pull list. Like, I've slowly been getting rid of things. Like, I dropped Juggernaut because it was not as good to me as it was. Like, I think I'm going to be heavy on pulling number ones from just about everybody or new arcs. But I think I'm starting to get into the trade waiting kind of place. Indie comics that are somewhat kid-friendly, IDW.
Yeah, just a company
IDW,
IDW, yeah.
Yeah, that they're going to have, like, the G.I. Joe books, the Transformers books, My Little Pony, Sonic, a lot of those kinds of things. Like they are
Power Rangers from Boom.
yeah, you can consistently look there, but Power Rangers from Boom just started. Wind is a good one from Boom, that it was a 5-issue series that was intended to be a graphic novel, and it just wrapped up. Toybox, send me a note, and I bet Todd and I can come up with a list. And even, Adventure Men.
And the kids' age. Because that, like, if we're talking like 8 to 10, it is a lot different than like 11, 12 in terms of just a couple titles and stuff like that. Because there are a lot of kid-friendly stuff that is still also really good that you would enjoy reading.
Kanto, My Little Pony, Transformers. Like, I bet we can all come up with a good list for you of things. Like, I just got back into reading Ninja Turtles, which is a great ageless, kid-friendly book. But yeah, I think we've been on the same one for a while.
Just don't read, just not Last Ronin. Stick to the main title.
I wouldn't say that Last Ronin was that bad. For like,
no, but it depends on the age of the kid.
For his kids, it would be fine because his kids are middle school and older.
Oh, then yeah, that's
by eyeballing all of them by age. All right. Just thinking about it. All right, we got 25 commenters on our Professor Josh link. So winning the X-Men stuff is the Candyman.
He's the Candyman. Congrats!
Awesome. Congratulations, Candyman.
Boys are 9 and 12. Oh yeah, 9 and 12. There's a lot of stuff out there that's really good for that age group. DC's young adult stuff too that they've been putting out is really solid. It's really solid. And Mad Cave has a young adult line coming out now too.
And Vault announced one and it got pushed back for the titles coming out. I would say that, like, you want to talk about a big 2 publisher that is cornering the YA comic market, it's hands down DC.
Mm-hmm.
Like the IDW ones that are coming out, like the Marvel Action stuff, skews a little bit younger, but all of that YA stuff coming out from DC is really, really good. Oh, people are talking about Evil Ernie. Yeah, Scout's got Scoot coming out next year. And there are all kinds of great suggestions coming in. Yeah, y'all aren't subbed to K Titus. Like, Ken is one of the first people who kind of messaged me once I seriously got into creating videos. The reason why I love watching Ken's videos is not just because he's excited about literally everything. Oh, now I see him. You were hiding behind my icon bar, grumpy face. But Ken is here's all kinds of stuff that's going on the internet. And before I let our next guest in, I will drop another link, and then I'll let him in to probably yell at Todd, and I'll just stare at him and be like, cool story. And ironic enough that I was just showing love to K Titus because he's the next channel up on the list. This was a video that Ken put out forever ago. But the person who is winning this one will get chapter 1 and 2. And then when chapter 3 gets to me, I'll also send it to you. This is Gray. It's an independent creator driven manga art style, but it reads like a comic book. Chapter 1 for fucking chapter 2, they got an In-Huck Lee cover. Like, that is how well they did from issue 1 to issue 2, and it is a really, really cool story. So the person who wins from Samurai Ken will get 1 and 2 and eventually number 3. So I guess it's time for us to invite, our next guest onto the stream to bully Todd around, mostly because it's funny. I'll bring him on in the brought Todd on.
Hey everybody, I'm the new kid. My name's Brian. I like to skateboard.
The champ is here.
What up?
He's already been here.
Yeah,
Well-
but now he's the other champ.
So,
Two
Todd,
champs.
Todd,
Two
what-
champs.
What he was talking about is a champ that is actually determined by stuff that isn't opinion based and actually just factual. Like, there's proof that I'm a champ. Like, I won.
Oh, because debate's not based completely in fact, and that's what you have to argue.
Yeah,
them.
I mean, you had people's opinions.
If y'all haven't subbed to Ian, go check out Ian's channel because he's got really good stuff, especially if you love wrestling, Todd. He loves wrestling, he loves comics, he loves pops. Ian's videos are really, really good.
Really?
I didn't see it next to you, and I'm like, if I do this
You really got to make me come on.
every time, I literally keep this next to me now for when Bearden shows up. See, I'm actually 7'4", so this is a real title.
Todd is really the great Kali.
Yes, that's why it looks this way. Oh, that's
Hey,
really
Todd,
cool.
I don't. Oh, you want to see that again, Todd? Here, let me show you.
yeah, it was upside down the first time.
Hold on, let me do this right.
It is really dope. It's really dope. It's really dope.
Comic book champion. Nah, that's cool. Hey, hey, you notice what's behind me, Todd?
Toy aisle champion.
Hey, Todd, you notice what's behind me?
Oh, look at that! I'm super jealous.
Is that a Disney Adventures magazine?
So, yes, the Disney Adventures,
Nice.
because, fun fact, Disney Adventures, this issue with Michael Jordan, is actually the first appearance of Darkwing Duck in a comic book
Ooh.
format, even though it's a mini book. So,
That's neat. That's
this is the first Darkwing Duck in a comic book size. But yeah, Disney Adventures. I read those all the time as a kid. They were great.
I remember those. I wish that's one of those things that's like I wish I would have like held on to them tighter
Right.
because
Yeah.
that's cool.
Honestly, though, you can literally just go on eBay.
You can get the whole
this one
pile.
being, like the first appearance of Darkwing Duck, I still think I won it for like $2. Like you could probably buy someone's entire lot of Disney Adventures for like.
They wouldn't have like my like pictures and
Address on
stuff
it?
that I drew it in. Yes.
Nice. All right, I'm gonna make you smaller now.
That's
So how you doing, Greg? I finally got to watch the Dick Tracy. Not the you and your wife. That y'all should watch what Bearded Comic Bro puts out on Fridays. I'm pointing at Todd because he and his wife alternate with Name That Character. And last week they did Dick Tracy, which is one of Greg's favorite characters.
Mhm.
Always.
It is.
And his Mrs. Bearded's reaction was hilarious because she's making fun of how dumb all of these names are.
It really.
She's getting them, a lot of them right. Like they've had other really good videos in that series, but I think we've hit peak Mrs. Bearded where she's like, "You like this shit?
So-
Really?"
You think that? It's funny because I've been editing. Mrs. Beard and I, we were shooting our next string because like we shoot like 3 episodes in one night just because we don't want to like, hey, every week we got to shoot one. So like we just do it like in like a haul. So we shot 3. I'm editing 3 tonight, but so ones that's dropping tomorrow. It's pretty entertaining. If you like the Name the Comic Book Character show with Mrs. Beard and I, she's actually back on the hot seat again this time. So,
2 weeks in a row.
yeah. So, well, that's what we originally started the show was of me quizzing her, and then I switched it up when Bruce and Stephanie were like, "Hey, you should get quizzed." And we have fun doing that because she comes and she had a freaking ridiculous idea, which you guys will appreciate next. I think it's going to be next Friday. But yeah, so it's fun. We have fun making it, and she has fun making fun of me, and vice versa. So
It is.
Toby wants to do another one of those again where he looks at me and goes, "Daddy, can we do another superhero game video?" And it's like, I'll see if Toby can sit down with his mom and build a Google sheet to get all of the kid heroes that he likes. But
yes.
I enjoy those videos. And
Me too.
we had a really good interview yesterday, right, with Chris Condon.
Yeah, I dropped that. I dropped that Wednesday. So yeah, that's kind of how my channel has got to. I'm gonna do mystery boxes every once in a while now, but right now my series I'm doing the amalgam series are dropping all on Mondays now, which were mystery boxes.
I like that. Those videos are really good.
So and there's if people like it, it's 32. There's possibly like 32 videos dealing with the amalgam series. So that's happening on Mondays. Wednesdays are my creator interviews, and then Fridays are going to be episodes with Mrs. Bearded, whether it's named that character or other shenanigans. So
nice.
Cool.
All right, I'm gonna pull up the screen really fast, but yeah, I think I even said on your last Amalgam Comics video, I forgot that shit existed, and that's a good kind of meshing of worlds, and we'll talk more about that in 2 seconds. So
Yep.
We've got 25 people who have commented on K Titus's video to win 1, 2, and 3 of Gray. And it's going to Canada right after he logged off the stream.
sorry, you gotta be here to win it. Sorry,
That's how you get
the name of the
some international shipping.
Yeah. Shit, who won the Professor X?
You know what though? If you tell Sam that he's from him, like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thanks.
Yeah, I
I
guess.
appreciate it. Oh well.
All right, buddy. That's okay. Hey, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I'm gonna go just get some Tim Hortons and have some.
Well, I was
poutine.
gonna say he's probably watching this at the Tim Hortons in his clothes.
For sure. Poser,
I
just
love
send that to me. I have something to send to Sam, so
Okay.
might as well. I think I'm supposed to be sending him his slab that he won too. So
Oh,
we
well,
can.
I'll have Rob send the slab to me, and then I'll send those to you.
Yep,
And
and
then
then
we can.
you get it from Kansas to Michigan,
Yeah.
and then I'll get it to Canada.
You can just walk it up there, right?
Yeah, that's fine. Well, I have to throw it over the border now because they don't let us in.
Naturally, yeah, it's smart.
Huck it over, and then tell them it goes to Sam, and they'll get it there.
All right.
But they're good
The next channel that was up on the wall to be shouted out was the Roo Crew. So here they are coming up again, and I'll be honest, this is a regift that I won this from Mr. Techbot's 500 subscriber giveaway, and it didn't fit in my collection, but whoop.
Whoa.
Greg.
Greg surrounded by Sam King stuff.
All right, let's try it this way. Oh yeah, I forgot to turn Sam off. So this is from a BAM horror box, and it's a signed Walking Dead print. And just like I didn't know much about Westworld, I don't know a lot about The Walking Dead either. So I don't know. I'm assuming that that's like the dude who signed it. It's got a COA on the back, but I just don't know anything about it. Cole wants to know, am I finishing it in 7 minutes? We're about to get to the wheel, and the wheel is going to be very anticlimactic. That there was a lot of foreplay to get to the wheel, and the wheel's just it's gonna be over for you, host. Like, done. Something is killing the children.
Something is killing the Darkwing Duck.
Yeah. Sassy Cajun doesn't know what's going on, or doesn't know much about Walking Dead either. So can any of you tell me what's going on in this picture? That little girl's clearly a zombie, and her dad is trying to brush her hair. Like, that's what it looked like when my wife was trying to brush my dog's hair.
I didn't watch the show after halfway through season 2. I gave up on that.
I watched it pretty religiously until season 7. And I think season 7, I think that was for me. It was just, I moved and I was like, oh, I got to catch up. So, and I forgot.
It never did. I think I somewhere halfway through season 2, it lost my interest because I was really into season 1. They changed directions.
Ace, where have you been all of our lives? It's the governor and Penny.
It's the governor. Cool. Good to know.
Which I would have watched that season, but that tells you how long it's been. I
did watch that season, so. But it's signed.
Yeah, with a COA. So since I've been giving random questions to Todd, Greg, I'll forward this one to you. What's your favorite comic television crossover?
What, like comic book into television world, or like television shows that cross over?
Either a comic book that became TV or a television show that influenced the comics.
Man, I will say my favorite comic book TV show is Smallville. Hands down. It I binge watched that so much in college that like I would do landscaping. That was my job in the summers, and I would come over and just come home and we'd just binge watch at the house nonstop Smallville. So it's fantastic. So yeah, Smallville.
I am shocked. I love the answer, but I am shocked.
Well, here's if you don't know, what you don't know about me is if you haven't watched enough, I'm very nostalgic. So I'm not going to say it's the best show, but for me, it's my most. No. It's the most like I have so many fond memories of watching that show because it lasted so long too. That it. I mean, and it was really the first like comic book TV show that was out there.
It's a big deal for comic book people. I remember freaking out like Superman's a TV show, and it's not Lois and Clark Adventures. It wasn't Dean Cain. It was like directed towards younger audiences.
Well, and Michael Rosenbaum like was fantastic on it. And
Tom Welling did a good job.
He is. Oh yeah, but Michael is hilarious. Like even if you don't like Smallville, if and when cons ever start back up. And you all have a chance because Tom Welling and Michael Rosenbaum have been doing the Comic Con scene a lot before COVID hit. They were, I mean, they're hilarious to see in person. Michael is hysterical. Whack, you shut your mouth. Like, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't great. It was enjoyable.
Ooh, and Eric from Two Boys asks a good question that y'all can talk about while I push a button. So if you didn't see, this is signed by Kylie Ann Sismaki, who plays Penny, because Ace is just here. Like, Ace, do you want to come on the stream too? You said you're terrified of your voice and videos, but you clearly know more about the shit that I'm giving away than me. Chilling Adventures of Sabrina was a good show. But Eric's question to you, Greg, now that your face is covered up by his icon, is who would be your ideal Man of Steel on the big screen?
He already existed.
I don't know. That's honestly probably not the best question for me because I don't have a strong affection for Superman.
Congratulations.
I will say.
Did Rue Crew just win for commenting on their own video? Nice.
Well,
because
it finally happened.
Commenting on my own video to support Poser. Thank you, Rue Crew. You get this amazing Walking Dead print. Boom. All right. Sorry to cut you off, Greg.
No, you're fine. I feel like it exists already for me. Christopher Reeves is fantastic, and I was as Clark Kent Superman. The best Superman, I think Henry Cavill is a fantastic Superman. I don't think he does Clark Kent well because you have to, and like that's what made he can't, which is why I think Christopher Reeves is better from that aspect because he's the greatness of Superman and Clark Kent, whereas Henry is a great Superman.
Man of Steel, Henry Cavill is the Man of Steel. It's perfect. I wish he had a better film, but
I think if they did a Superman movie with Henry Cavill like that, it would actually, and they had a decent story. Like take the Superman, just make it a little like take what they did a little bit at the end of Justice League of Superman's character and make that into more of a movie. I think that would be more because Superman just isn't a dark, brooding character. It doesn't work well for his character. So, but I mean, that's the thing. It's just like Batman. You have to have a good Batman in Bruce Wayne, or you have to have a good Spider-Man in Peter Parker.
I really liked the whole Clark Kent thing is like spot on because when Superman 2, man, it's been a while since I've watched the Reeves ones, but when he loses his powers, when he gives them up, you believe like he's actually like weak now and like he doesn't know. I wouldn't believe Cavill doing that. I'd be like, look at you, you're fine. you're basically already Superman.
Yeah, if you take Henry Cavill and put him in Superman 2 and you're like, oh, someone's gonna beat him up at a diner, and you're like, no, Henry's gonna whoop him still. Like, stop.
Look at him. No one's gonna mess with him. It doesn't work. Yeah.
All right, what I was trying to Marcel my way through this.
I thought it was perfect. I think you got it across.
For those of you who comment on visually impaired's video, will get Mighty Morph or Draken New Dawn #1, and I think I have a 2 that I might be able to throw in with this. And I have both Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers, the 2 #1s that have come out the last 2 weeks. I just couldn't find my copy of Power Rangers. Ace said, would it be easy to pick back up? Yes, with a 45-second summary of what happened in the Shattered Grid. The Power Rangers book was phenomenal, and it feels like nostalgic 90s Power Rangers.
Mm-hmm. I did think it's funny that the whole point was splitting up the groups for the 2 titles, and then the first Power Rangers is like 50-50 between the 2 teams. I was just like, oh, okay.
I haven't read it yet because I think it's coming in. I think it was Comic Tom had that variant, and so I was like, I'm gonna wait.
It's really good. I'm into both because I've been reading Power Rangers since like 20 or something like that, and I am very happy with how they've done it. I thought it was just funny that they split up the teams and they were like, hey, both teams. But both titles are really solid, which kind of pisses me off because I'm like, you just made 2 more titles. You just made an extra title, you jerks. But they're both really good.
All right, the winner of Mighty Morphin and Draken books. More going to Sam King.
The hell, man. He leaves. Everybody. No, I'm just like, everybody leave. That's how you win.
Well, I like, man, respect to you, Poser. You're like, you can still keep winning. You've won, you can keep winning.
So yeah, I said 3 of these small prizes because when we first started, there were only like 10 people. And I'm keeping an eye on people who've been super active in the chat because I've got some other stuff that I may DM folks. So, Sam, fucking said you were leaving like an hour ago.
Still here. What? That's a double winner.
Right, Sam. Canadians can lie.
Before we get to the wheel, since we are
because he did that,
running into 11 o'clock midnight, and I know it's late for you Eastern time zone people, and I said I wanted to be done before Teacher's Lounge. Here's our last video. It's Hermenio Reyes Jr., and I can't do the long O because everybody's sleeping. You're getting 2 things. A Stargazer #1, and then I see Greg leaning in because he knows what this is. It is the print that came from the October
mainstream
comic box.
Yep.
There were 500 of them, and they're signed by the artist Ben Rucka, or Ruzika, and it's the Avengers are trick-or-treating. So
and
you
it's
get
hilarious. It's a hilarious print.
And you get a dope copy of a Mad Cave #1, who has been very, very much one of my favorites in terms of independent publishers. And you should watch Comic Burritos.
Our last live stream.
Yeah, last live stream where Anthony Cleveland talked about not just his comic book work, but how to make hot sauces and how did he ever save Trampoline Girl?
No, he didn't. It was a tragic end that never got fixed. But also, you get to hear about teddy bear sex.
I like how you said sex because you think you can't say fucking on my channel. Like I
already said fuck a lot of times. I was trying to. It's teddy bear, so it's different to put fuck with teddy bear.
Move this man!
Naturally, but yeah, no, it was a really good time. He was on from 10:45 to like 1:45 with us.
Yeah, he was on forever. That he might set the not Nat. Like I think I hold the record for being on the stream the longest because I fell asleep.
Oh wait,
yeah. Conscious hours, no, but just on the stream, you beat all the burritos.
Well, what's hilarious? I'm like, oh shoot, I'm gonna miss watching Anthony. I was talking to Todd before this because I was like, because I have a show with John on at 11. And I'm like, I'm gonna miss it because he was originally gonna be on at the beginning. and I get off my show at like 1 o'clock in the morning. I look and I'm like, but the Burrito Boys are still going with this guy interviewing. I'm like, and I know he's East Coast too. I'm like, holy buckets.
Yeah, we were all up late, and it's funny because like 3 times we are like, hey, do you need to go in? Let's go. And he's just like, nope, I'm good. And just kept on a truck. And we're like, if Anthony Cleveland's still in, we're fucking still in.
Hey!
Oh, look at this. Good timing.
Sassy winning a good art print and a number 1. Ace, you might be my new favorite person in the world.
That's great.
All right, and that was the end of the random comment giveaways. So we had a handful of people successfully exit the poserverse. And all of those individuals are now going to be displayed on this screen on a rigged wheel.
It's a long question, 2 boys and their pops, and I'm trying to wrap my head around it.
That's what she said. I don't know what he said.
If you were creating your own independent comic but could have a major character in the first issue, who would you pick? What do you think your book would maybe be about? Look at the wheel.
How did I miss that question? No, I went to Wheel of Names and you can personalize it.
Ooh. So fancy.
All right. So those are all of the people who successfully exited the poserverse. Thank you for taking the time to do my escape room. I hope it's something that some of you enjoyed.
I'm over here tilting my head trying to read the names. Like
and they're on the right. I was doing the same thing. And it was just
all
like,
right. So here's what I'm going to say really fast. I'm going to take a Todd and the 2 of you answer Eric's question, and I'll come back and show all of the things that the wheel winners will get, and I'll list them off one at a time as we go, and then we'll be done. But I'll say before I say it a million times when I get drunker, because I have 2 more beers to finish, y'all who have showed up all night have been amazing in the chat. Todd, thank you for helping carry my ass tonight. And then Greg, thank you for showing up because you were here at 100. You're here at 5. So right. I'm excited, but I will be back again in a moment.
I'll be there at 1,000. So yeah, it's so funny because like I was editing my video that's dropping tomorrow, and like my just notifications start blowing up, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? And like, Poser says hi. Poser says hi.
Yeah.
So like, thank you all you beautiful people in the chat, because like literally I just got like 10 or 12 new subscribers. So like, y'all are awesome. Thank you guys. Hopefully I didn't just ruin this by me hopping on and you guys actually see me talk and you're like, oh no, we're unsubscribing now. But
I risk that every time, and I lose.
I know, hence why I brought out the Darkwing Duck books.
Smart. You get the anti-Todd. It's a smart move.
It's not even that. It's funny because like Poser, I always just razzed him and picked on him all the time, and then he just started ignoring me or not caring. Where you are so funny because when you're on a live stream and I comment in the chat, you can see you reading it.
Oh yeah,
you reacting. You're like you'll stop train of thought, and I'm like, yes, I got him. Because
I also just love to like. I either self-deprecate along with it. I'll either lean into it or I'll say something back. And I have too much fun with it. I grew up in a household of like cutting words kind of thing where you just kind of went back and forth at each other. So I love it. And I'm glad that we get to have like that. It feels like a brotherhood kind of thing in the community where we all just kind of crap all over each other. It's great.
Wait, Pops, are you unsubscribing because of the trash he was talking about Darkwing Duck, or are you unsubscribing because of my love for Darkwing Duck? Because honestly, if you're unsubscribing because of my love for Darkwing Duck, deuces.
Yeah, you're fine with that.
I'm okay with that because Darkwing Duck is the godsend of my generation. Like DuckTales, woohoo! Come on, Tailspin, Chippendales Rescue Rangers. But I know you aren't like that, Pop. I know you're making fun of Todd for Darkwing Duck.
I'll say what you all were mentioning.
This is one of. I'm blurry.
Yeah.
This is one of 2 that I have, so my daughter can have another one because I had 2.
You notice that in like clusters of people who are coming up in YouTube at the same time, where it's that same kind of like family relationship of everybody just talking shit on each other in their cluster, because it's that same kind of we're all in that grind together and we will set things on fire, even, you know, just to play with each other.
Well, but it's true. You see that, like, you got your people who like, I feel like Two Brothers and Burke, they were at the same time, hitting 1,000 at the same. Before that, you had your John and your JP and your boy who had 7. Like, well,
Yeah.
I feel like us
Terry and Jabroni
around the same time, and we've all been like, all right, we're all at like 80 subscribers. We're gonna hang out and talk with each other.
Yeah.
And like I was just telling them as you left, I'm like, man, thank you. I was editing a video, and literally I'm getting notification after notification. I'm like, who? Stop it! Who's doing? I'm like, oh, subscribe to my channel. Don't stop.
Oh, never mind. Keep it going.
I was like, keep coming, guys. Join the party.
All right. So we are going to do this. The one thing that I've enjoyed on how some of the Funko Pop people have done their wheel is the Survivor. So I'm going to eliminate people from this wheel until we get down to 5.
Oh,
All
so you
5
don't want to
of
show up.
people are guaranteed prizes. So since I've got 5 kids and we're celebrating 500, we will shuffle this 5 to, or I don't have 5 kids. There are 5 people in my house.
Like,
if I had
wait,
five kids,
Wait a second.
Yeah.
that was news to me.
I think it's killing
Yeah.
children. All right. 1,
Where's God killing children?
3, 4, 5. So here we go. So we are eliminating people until we get down to 5, and then I will show what each person gets as their name comes up.
Ghost Rider, and it's a slice of life book. 2 boys and their pops. That would be my answer. I would choose Ghost Rider, and I would make it a slice of life genre.
All right.
I want to see him having to grow up as like a youth as Ghost Rider.
Next victim of the wheel.
Ooh. Sorry, Rodney. It's so sad. This is kind of a sad.
Well,
is a sad
and these
one.
people being eliminated, you're still going to get something because you finished.
Oh.
You're just getting something smaller and cheaper to ship. Over here. So,
Smaller and cheaper to ship.
And
yes.
And it's not a Darkwing Duck toy.
And 2 boys, to answer that same question, mine would be I want a Booster Gold series in like a Real House World setting, like MTV style house, because I think he'd be hilarious.
Like Real World,
Real
Booster
World.
Gold.
With Booster Gold.
Amazing.
You go 2 boys. That's a comic. And if someone wants to steal that idea and write it, go for it. I don't even need credit.
Oh, please do, because I want to read that.
I would read it. No, he comments all the time.
Animali won something earlier, didn't they?
Oh, okay. See,
yeah.
I don't care.
But Animali is going to get something else. So where are we at? How many we got left? 7?
7.
All right. Come on, Cole.
Cole.
Cole. Come on.
Oh.
No, it's too far away. Andika or Langa?
All right.
Cole.
So the last person eliminated
Come on.
from the minor for a minor.
Come on. Yes. Yes.
All right. So each person who pops up now is guaranteed to win a prize. So
He's still here. I love you, buddy. You're love you, man. Oh shit, that's too
All right.
funny. I couldn't root for anybody else to get eliminated. That would be so shitty.
so I put out 2 types of mystery boxes. I did a run of 17 Funko Pop mystery boxes, and then I did a run of 10 comic book mystery boxes. And I saved a couple of what I have left, and by saved I mean I saved 2 of the pops and still had some of the comic ones left. So the person who pops up on the wheel for this one is winning Funko Pop mystery box number 17.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Ooh, it's coconut.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I love you, buddy.
We love you, man. Hey, congrats.
I think the ironic thing is Mama J and Spectre bought 2 of my mystery boxes, and I think they got back one of the pops that I got from one of their mystery boxes, so it's nice. All right.
Yeah.
The next person will get box 16 from the Funko Pop box.
That's a good one too.
Is Mike Spector related to Mark Spector?
No. And that's going to my guy, David.
Congrats, David.
Woo! So what's in it?
I don't know. There are 1 or 2 pops in there worth like maybe $15. But David Lyons is the guy who I shouted out in my video from today. This is the guy who is the Driving Creators Network.
Yeah. Cool.
Right. And then there were 3. So the next person up is going to get one of the remaining Poser Pile comic book mystery boxes.
Ooh.
And I know the grand prize has been pulled, the 4th prize has been pulled, but the other 2 have not, or that I've known of.
Evan. Just Evan. I like the one name. It's good. Congrats, Evan! Yay!
Okay.
Maybe it's a second or third prize.
I know the signed Shadow of the Bat book is still out there.
Ooh, is that the first appearance of Victor's ass?
I don't know. Maybe.
Issue number 1?
Ask 8, yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I don't know. I'm just giving it away.
It's a first issue of Victor's ass.
That's awesome. No, I'm saying him. It's funny. He's just I don't know. It's just going away.
The person who does
That's
not
cool.
show
That's
up,
a
and we'll
good
see if
prize.
Tegar, who God knows what time zone he's in, and Spectre was in here earlier. The person left on the wheel will get to pick their prize, and the person who is drawn for this one gets the leftovers.
Ooh.
So
Interesting.
the winner of the grand prize will get to pick either Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man number 23 at a 9.0.
Cool.
And it's a Moon Knight and Cyclone appearance.
Nice. That's
or
cool.
From the Snyder run of Batman, number 43. I think that cover is just really cool. Like, even if
That
you don't
cover
give a
is
shit
cool.
about comics, I like that. At a 9.8.
Horrible art.
Yeah, it was, but it's a cool cover.
But it's a sweet cover.
And then the winner of the grand prize also gets things that nostalgically mean things to me in my career as someone who has been collecting for a year or been in YouTube for like 6 months. So the first is an Aftershock Comics support our stores.
Good.
Yes.
Book.
It's a collection of just short stories with a lot of great art, a lot of creative talent in there.
That's a good book.
The second, and it's a good time to get this because the second book is coming out in soon. This is the first giveaway that I've ever won of comics, not the comic burrito who I won the bandana. It is first prints of Little Bird 1 through 5. And
Nice.
the second book is to come out in 2021. But I literally bought the full set of these. And Greg, isn't this the month that you won on Bruce and Stephanie was the Little Bird month?
You got that set because I had originally picked that set as
Yep.
what I wanted to win. And then I won that same stream. I ended up winning their Little Bird giveaway. So I got this signed. So I got, I think,
You got the sign set, and I got the first prints.
Yeah, but your first print, yeah. So my sign sets aren't first prints. So those, it's one of those like, oh, I got the signed books, but issue number 1's not a first print. So it's like, I don't know.
Oh,
But here's the ironic thing, and why I'm giving these away. The day of that stream, I had won a set of first print 1 through 5 on eBay, and they came to my house so I could answer trivia questions about Little Bird. And then the last one, and I know Todd will swoon over this.
It's a great
This
series.
was my favorite thing that I read during phase 1 of quarantine. We Can Never Go Home, the trade. And this is I think it's the second most exclusive cover from this. It's Matthew Rosenberg, who I love. It's Black Mask, who is an amazing publisher. So the winner, and I think
that's what I'm sending to Sam King.
No, well, there you go. So I'm going to add this back. The person who is left on the wheel, who neither of them are in the chat now, but I'll Discord harass Spectre, or I'll send Tegar a message on Twitter.
They're picking the Spider-Man with the Moon Knight. Come on.
Probably.
Come on.
So the winner of the grand prize.
I know. It's Batman.
I'd take Batman just because it's Batman.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
My favorite cost. I'm like, it's
Yeah.
a Batman. I'm taking it.
Yeah. No, it's fair.
And then we'll let this spin
Cool.
just so we can hear Tegar's
who's it
name.
gonna be?
clap.
Who's it gonna be?
Cole, you want
Cool. Yay! Congratulations!
Congratulations to Spectre and Tegar. I had 2 videos left that I wanted to click on that I didn't get to. So now that we've given everything away, I can do this.
I was banging 7-gram rocks. That's how I roll. Winning. I had 1 gear. Go. Epic. Winning. Are you bipolar? I'm bi. Winning. Win here. Win there. Win everywhere. Winner.
Dude, I knew you had tiger blood in you, poser. You come off as someone who just reeks of tiger blood.
Yep. And then to celebrate everybody who won something tonight and us surviving the stream together is this.
We did it! We did it! We did it! Yeah!
I hate you.
I hate him too. That literally took the words out of my mouth.
Yep.
I literally come on YouTube so I can avoid this stuff because I watch it nonstop with my 3-year-old and 1.5-year-old.
I got my daughter off that shit, and I'm supposed to be out of my life now. She's
Iconic God, I have a tiger blood shirt too. I need to find it.
Amazing. Yeah, I got my daughter into Teen Titans Go, so that shit's gone.
I did too. The problem is we tried to watch that. Oh, Coco Melon's trash.
Straight
God.
fuck Coco Melon.
Oh my gosh. And we
Baby
have a
Joe John can die in a tire fire. He can get like SIDS.
We have a strict rule in my house when I'm in control. Like my kid has found those dumb shows on Netflix where it's like 10-second, like 2-minute videos, but it's just like it's a blank egg and paint's pouring into it, and it's like it's the weirdest crap. And my kid's like, ha ha ha, this is funny.
We did it! We did it! We did it! Yeah!
And again, I hate you, but I love you because you're so nice to me. But I hate you.
All right, Greg. I'm gonna slowly start getting people off.
Oh my god! Yeah, Greg can go first.
Yeah. All right, Greg. So thank you for coming on. Plug yourself. Tell everybody when they can see you, how they can check you out.
So if you're still hanging on this channel and you have not subscribed to Bearded Comic Bro, find me on YouTube, subscribe. I'd love to hang out and talk with you guys in the comments. I literally am going to have to go back and respond to all the comments that says Poser says hi, because I'm going to respond to every comment. And now I have like 20 Poser says hi that I have to. But I drop, like I said, Friday, we drop content with my wife, Mrs. Bearded. We're doing name the characters from Suicide Squad this Friday, tomorrow. So that'll be fun. Saturday, you can find me at 11 o'clock Eastern on John's Comics with Kids channel with our Drinks and Movie Show. We're doing a kind of a retrospective looking at movies of Joel Schumacher, who passed away this year. Monday, I think I'm going to be on Vincent McQueen's channel. Tuesday, I'm going to be on Lamer. We're talking Turtles on Vincent McQueen's on Monday. Lamer Frame on Tuesday. We're drawing Flintstone characters. And then I got my the next Amalgam series on Monday on my channel. And Wednesday, I've got my interview with Jared Lujan, creator of Dryfoot, dropping on Wednesday. And all the content. So yeah, Amalgam series on Mondays, interviews on Wednesdays, and Fridays content with my wife. So, and Saturdays with John on talking movies.
Dryfoot #3 pissed me off in the best of ways.
So I'm excited. I haven't read it because I just haven't read it yet, and I'm excited to read it. So
I will, when you get done reading it, let me send me a message on Twitter or Instagram, and I'll send you the messages I sent to Jared about it. But,
okay. Yeah.
Greg, thank you for coming in. Go back to editing your videos. Go sub up Bearded Comic Bro. He is the initial champion of trivia. He's got the belt. He is doing all kinds of great things now. And I love that I'm still trapped in unboxing shit, but I love that we're all like, we went through this phase of what we're doing on YouTube. What's next? And I like what Greg is doing because he's got more depth of knowledge on some obscure shit than us, like Amalgam Comics. He's got good interviews. And I think you might have a one-up on us in terms of innovation. And you've got the cutest woman that shows up on your channel because your wife is pretty attractive, and our wives won't show up on our channels. Because they're like, fuck your nerd hobbies.
What's your favorite Joel Schumacher movie, and why is it The Lost Boys?
So, Lost Boys is up there. It's not though. Nostalgically, it's Batman Forever because it's the first Batman movie I saw. But Flawless is a great Joel Schumacher movie. If you haven't seen it, so is Falling Down is a great one too. So there's a bunch. So we'll be talking Saturday about those. Cool. So
I'll be in there heckling why it's not just a Lost Boys fan cast.
I mean, we'll talk about Lost Boys. Don't worry, we will.
Lost Boys, Batman Forever. That's yeah, amazing. Oh, wow. I'll be there. That sounds awesome.
No, you're on your show on Saturday nights.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Okay, that's fine.
He'll Justin Birch it.
Yeah.
All right. So get ready to snuggle up with a book and nerd out. Thank you, Greg. See you on the flip side.
Yep.
Bye.
All right. Tonight, my partner in crime, Todd, chat up the burrito before I kick you off of here.
Okay. We do videos. I like to do them a lot. We have a lot of fun with people. There's 3 of us. I don't know. It's Comic Burrito. We talk about comic books a lot. But we also talk about hot sauce sometimes. And we have a Discord that I adore. It's super active. It's super awesome. There are people always talking basically on it. And it's my happy place on the internet. Wednesdays at 9 Eastern, Saturdays at 10 Eastern. Saturdays, we almost always have guests on. This Saturday, we're having Stoney Williams and some of his cohorts from Cthulhu Invades Oz on, which will be awesome. They're just about, I think they are backed or they're done back.
They're funded.
I think they're funded. So
it's funded. They've got like 4 days left.
Yeah, it's coming to the end, and it's so worth it. It looks amazing. I got to read a little bit of it, and it's great. I'm so excited to talk. Stoney Williams is one of the best people in comics, and I'm excited to have him back on the show. And then I'm blanking on. Oh, damn it! It's Travis. I just know him as Travis. I suck. It's fine. I do too many things, and I lose track of stuff.
I would bail you out, but I also forgot his last name, and I interviewed him last week, and I'm terrible too.
Yeah.
But if you all have not backed Cthulhu Invades Oz, I've put that shit out on Twitter and
Gib.
Instagram. Comic Burrito has as well. You want to talk about a book that is the modern greatest hits of indie creators? It's that fucking book. Like, just look at everybody who has had their fingers in any element of the creative process, and it's awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing. And we'll probably have more. They're talking about getting more of the guys on. Those are the two.
My interview started with 3 of them, and we maxed out the StreamYard by the end. So it was...
Yeah, I saw the replay. It was amazing. So yeah, Travis Gibb and Stoney Williams for sure. But really awesome. And then also Erin from Erin's Comics Corner. She'll be on after they are off. And we'll have a really interesting interview because she has a very interesting path that got her to comics and getting into comic creation. It'll be a much different feel, but it'll be really cool. And I'm really excited.
Well, and the same thing I said nice shit about Greg, I'll talk about Todd and the Burrito as a whole. I feel like the 3 of these guys from Michigan and I, who did not know each other until some fucking random Saturday night in March, where we started just fucking with each other in a live stream, we've all become very, very close. And you heard Greg list all of these dyads of people who are together. And I feel like myself and the Burrito, like, we are the pair who grind with each other, that we share ideas with one another, that we are the best cheerleader for each other and fiercest critic for each other at the same time, because we both want to, be able to make our own stamp. So for the love of God, if you have not subbed up the Comic Burrito, where they are miles ahead of me in terms of content, is that there are 3 of them. So they are far more engaging than me going like, I read this book today, and swatting away a child who's 5 or under. But they create and have created more timeless content than me. Aside from this week's Week in Comics, which is like the weekly review, go look at all of the shit that they did pre-COVID that are the big series in comics that have mattered and will continue to matter in the future. Like, I learned a lot about Mr. Miracle because I got it for my birthday and tweeted about it. And then Todd was like, fucking go watch our video when you're done. And I was like, learned so much shit. So they know how much I appreciate them. It's nice to have, a ride or die that, as much as I love everybody else that I've shouted out or talked about, I feel like, Todd, Nick, and Cole and I are, he
is the 4th Burrito. You're right, dudes talking comics. He's our side of queso. That's actually his term. He's our side of queso.
Let's see if I can oh nope, it's not gonna let me pull up Discord. It's being too slow. So Todd, thank you for spending the night here with me. I owe you a bunch. I'm gonna kick you off and tell the chat how much I love them. Who's your favorite burrito? Yes. All right. Thank you, Todd.
Hey, good night.
All right. I kicked you off before you finished your sentence.
No, I just thank you and congrats on 500 because that's awesome. And yeah, dude, congrats. And also, I'm gonna drag you around because you're way better at vamping, and I'm not good at trying to get people interested. That's not my thing. So thank you. Man, those are very kind words.
My favorite burrito is the Comic Burrito flash right? All right, Todd. I'll talk to you in the back in a second.
Bye.
All right. To everybody who is here in the chat tonight, either the people who have kind of ridden it throughout or the people who have popped in and out. Yeah, I clicked on Todd and I meant to click off Iconic Odds, so I'm just going to do this and be like, hey, Skinny Judah Friedlander. Thank you all for hanging out tonight. Thank you all for watching and commenting on what I do. At any point, I am a big fan of any kind of criticism, any kind of suggestions, those kinds of things. Yeah, Tagar, you missed it, but
I was banging 7-gram rocks. That's how I roll. Winning. I had 1 gear. Go. Epic. Winning. Are you bipolar? I'm bi. Winning. Win here. Win there. Win. Everywhere. Winner.
Yeah, I knew you were bouncing in and out of work because of you being on the other side of the globe. So you and I can't remember if we were chatting on Instagram or on Twitter, but if you're free as soon as I click end, then we'll make a decision so I can get all of my shipping stuff sorted out. But thank you so much, everybody who's supported what I've done. At any point, please tell me what I can do better. Tell me what kind of things you would like to hear me talk about. Because as much as my background on either my website or on this stream says, and this all started as just kind of a side hobby, as it did for all of us. I started writing a blog to just kind of voice my opinions, to get things out there. That this literally started as a mental health journey for me. That's where I got started back into reading comics again. The blog became something extra to do, and then COVID fucking destroyed my sense of self or identity, because when school essentially paused for us in March and kids were told that they can't fail anymore, I spent hours on the day prepping lessons, getting ready to work with kids, and there was nobody there to work with. So when I started creating the world's shittiest YouTube videos, as we all say about our beginning content, right, I was in my closet with no lights, that like I clearly murder hoboed everything around me, and you all kind of kept me going. And for that, I am eternally grateful. For everybody who's here in the chat, you all know that I love watching you all as much as you've been active with here with me and with Todd and with Greg and everybody else tonight. So thank you so much. You know, I said I would save my hams for last, that if anybody has a hookup for hams and can get me America's classic premium beer, born in the land of sky blue waters, that I would love them to be my official sponsor. But it's not going to happen. But to all of you who have kind of helped me and given me advice or watched me and given me some kind of sense of self during this, I want to say thank you very, very much, and cheers to all of you. This kind of virtual is different from the kind of virtual that was really destroying my mental health in the spring, because at least kids are interacting with me and I can like grade them and things like that on now. Oh, you're going to ask me, Poser, Hams was seen in the movie Falling Down. Yes, I know that one. Comic book characters who would make great Funko Pops. So I think like the Marvel and DC lines have gotten better as they've started changing the molds on some of the different Funko Pops, because I've listened to some of your early criticisms of these things. In terms of independent comics, I've seen like Saga has its own line, because Saga is like the big mass marketing one from Image, and I'm excluding Walking Dead because of its connection to the TV show. But the Saga ones have been pretty cool. I really think in terms of like some long-standing series that would be some fun Funko Pops. Like, I think looking at the characters from Little Bird would be good. Joey is right, not just Skull Digger, but anything attached to like the Black Hammer universe would be really, really cool. That I think you get a good diversity of characters there. Yeah, a Lady Death, Vampirella might be a little too sexy for Funko Pop, but I don't know if they get like that kind of that risque. But Lady Death, Vampirella, those kind would be pretty iconic. But I think all of those would be pretty cool. But I'm mumbling. Gen 13 would be good. Getting some of the the Icon from, they're rebooting it, Icon Static Shock. It's an M. It was an imprint of DC, but now it's their own thing. The Milestone Media ones would be good. Oh, if they do Vampirella, then they would do anything else. Thank you, Fun Cooker. But I think those would all be good. But I'm getting rambly. I've gone on 39 minutes longer than I wanted to. Please, everybody go over, if you still want to watch some streams and chat with people, go to Gorilla Todd's channel, watch the Teacher's Lounge. He and Kurt and whoever they have on would be very, very awesome. But I want to tell you all, thank you very much for hanging out tonight. Thank you for getting me to 500. And if I gave away this much shit for 500, just wait and see what kind of crazy shit I will do when we get to 1,000. So I will end this in the exact same way that I end every single video. As always, thanks for stopping by and have a good one.
Hey, little girl, did you want to know a secret?
I got 5 on it. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Ow, ow, ow. That must have hurt. Hey, you've been kicked in the nuts.